Welcome to Retro Lens Vault, where forgotten moments of the 1700s to early 1900s come back to life. Florence Sally Horner, 11, photographed months after nearly 2-year abduction. Maggie de la Riva points at her wealthy attackers, later executed. Muhammad Ali talks a suicidal man down in L.A., 1981. Toni Jo Henry walks to her 1942 Louisiana electrocution. Japanese soldiers line up at a World War II comfort station. Protesters stand on a burning tank in Tiananmen Square, 1989. Hitler shortly after surviving the July 20, 1944 assassination attempt. 2 formerly enslaved men photographed during the Civil War. Black and white girls hold hands through a Boston bus window, 1975. Peggy and pilot Billy Harris on their 1943 wedding day. Mary Todd Lincoln with Abraham Lincoln, Spirit photograph, 1869. Robert Nixon reenacts a murder amid racist press coverage, 1938. Mob boss Frank Costello testifies in the 1951 Kefauver hearings. Child laborers inside a southern textile mill, circa 1908. Peter Tosh, Mick Jagger, and Bob Marley share a laugh, 1978. Rasputin, famed mystic, survived multiple assassination attempts. Churchill sits on Hitler's ruined chair in Berlin, 1945. Orson Welles, after War of the Worlds panic, 1938. 9-year-old Eunice Winstead, with her adult husband, 1937. Mark David Chapman escorted by police after killing John Lennon, 1980. Sharon Tate at Cannes, 1968. Demi Moore on Letterman promoting striptease, 1996. Betty Brosmer, 1950s pinup and fitness pioneer. Rachel Weisz at Cannes, 1997. Brittany Murphy and Jonathan Brandis at Prom, 1995. Elderly Yemenite Jew in traditional Sudra, 1914. New Zealand soldiers dine with local guides, World War II Solomon Islands. Jenna Jameson in her 1990s fame era. J.P. Morgan angry over unretouched photo showing Rhinophyma, 1900. Young Shakira in 1991 early career. German tank destroyer in Stalingrad ruins, 1942. Elizabeth Taylor at rising fame peak, 1954. Bill Clinton reacts to Rabin assassination news on golf course, 1995. Beatles play golf at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Herman Hollerith, data processing pioneer, 1880. Beatles meet Muhammad Ali in Miami, 1964. TBF Avenger crew escaping sinking aircraft, 1943. Amanda Pays, photographed in 1988. Moses Brantford Jr. leads Emancipation Day Parade, 1894. Claudia Cardinale with her shoe collection, 1960s. Rock Hudson, Cary Grant, Marlon Brando, Gregory Peck together, 1960. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward relax on Exodus set, 1960. Robert Caro and wife Ina in 1957 before the power broker. Bo Diddley in the 1960s shaping early rock and roll. Pee Wee Herman and Elvira, iconic 1985 Halloween duo. Hunter brother repairs plane mid-air during 1930 non-stop flight. Americans celebrate Prohibition repeal, December 5, 1933. Grimm Brothers, circa 1850, legendary folktale collectors. Oscar Derlewanger captured by French troops, 1945. Sophia Loren fitted for metallic gown, 1955. Steve Reeves tours U.S. promoting fitness, 1947. Two women ride early tricycle, 1890. John and Rita Crocker relax camping, 1905. Jefferson Davis inaugurated Confederate president, 1861. Red Army soldiers under fire, 1944. Niels Bohr and Lev Landau at Moscow Festival, 1961. Police display Black Legion robes and weapons, 1937. Immigrant Nessim Menashe at his shoe shop, 1916. Queen Elizabeth II arrives at Auckland Theatre, 1953. Romanian physicist tests gas laser, 1968. Nobel Brothers with Baku oil engineers, 1880. Circus Circus, opening night in Las Vegas, 1968. Che Guevara hiking Appalachian Trail, 1953. Oberlin rescuers of John Price photographed, 1858. Lieutenant Alexander Vrasiu aboard USS Intrepid, 1944. Linda Harrison between takes on Planet of the Apes, 1967. Wrecked German Bf 110 in London, October 1940. Officer Richard Nuccio receives Defense Fund check, 1971. Annie Edson Taylor survives Niagara Falls barrel plunge, 1901. Vietnamese woman guarding captured Chinese soldiers, 1979. Reagan meets Gerald Ford in L.A., Halloween, 1974. Borglum's original Mount Rushmore full torso model, 1936. Francis Folsom marries President Cleveland, 1886. Gleb Kotelnikov with first backpack parachute, 1912. FDR, Stalin and Churchill at Tehran birthday gathering. Axis troops surrender to South African soldier at Bardia, 1941–42. Howard Carter examines Tutankhamun's coffin, 1922. St. John's Fair in Woolwich, Poland, 1926. Prison photo of abused Nellie Madison, 1934. Truman orders complete White House reconstruction, 1950. Sammy Davis Jr. at Atlantic City Beach, 1954. Relna McRae and Pudgy Stockton lift barbells, 1946. World War II acoustic aircraft locator in use. Official portrait of Vice President Hannibal Hamlin, 1861. Early dental X-ray machine in use, 1960. Peggy and Billy Harris wedding, 1943. His wartime loss honored later. Apollo test capsule lifted onto USS Hornet, 1966. Tarawa warrior in coconut fiber armor, 1925. Japanese troops burn Chinese village, 1942, 3-alls policy. Knights of Labor members pose in Philadelphia, 1869. Ireland vs. Germany, bicycle polo at 1908 Olympics. Marilyn Monroe attends Dr. T premiere with Tommy Rettig, 1953. Shanghai kidnapper tried and publicly executed by garrote, 1932. Mugshot of John Spears, leader of 1917 Green Corn Rebellion. Mata Hari poses in Paris, circa 1905. USS Enterprise sails up Hudson for Navy Day, 1945. Grenadier Guardsman rides motorcycle with mounted Tommy gun, 1941. Harold Stassen signs UN Charter for the U.S., 1945. Late life Nikola Tesla reading Vreme newspaper. Army removes Montgomery Ward CEO for refusing wartime Union cooperation, 1944. Khrushchev and Bulganin tour Calcutta amid huge crowds, 1955. Captured German boys after fall of Berlin, May 1945. Woman watches boxing on Emerson chairside TV, 1946. Jean Manford marches with son, founding Spark of Peace flag, 1972. Spain's Blue Division sent off from Madrid Station, 1941. First-class passengers recline like beds on 1950s flights. Saxophonist Bob McNeely plays Lying Down, 1950. Las Vegas showgirl Anna Lee Mahoney as Miss Atomic Bomb, 1957. Mildred and Richard Loving with children before landmark case, 1967. Diana Ross enjoys ribs in glamorous gown, 1997. Young Christopher Hitchens detained at Oxford protest, 1968. Beatles superfans rent helicopter to locate band, 1965. Princess Diana meets Duran Duran, 1983. Cabin where Raymond Ellison lived with 12-year-old wife. Arrested for murder, 1948. Marines train with oversized rifle models at Camp Pendleton, 1956. Delaware prisoners in pillory and whipping post, 1907. Nancy Green becomes the first living U.S. trademark as Aunt Jemima, 1893 World's Fair. Ace pilot Alexander Vratsiu poses with his 9-kill Hellcat aboard USS Intrepid, February 1944. Rare 1910s photo of Woodrow Wilson, who avoided smiling due to severe dental issues. Eisenhower meets MLK Jr. and civil rights leaders after signing the 1960 Civil Rights Act. Captain Herbert Sobel holds his infant son, circa 1946, shortly after Easy Company training fame. Nazi dentist Martin Hellinger sentenced in 1946 for extracting gold teeth from camp victims. First Lady Florence Harding plants a magnolia at the White House, March 29, 1922. Young Betar Jewish youth stand in formation in Berlin, 1936, before fleeing Nazi rule. Eiffel Tower under construction in 1889 as workers pass beneath its rising iron frame. Wreck of the Ranui at Mount Maunganui, 1950, after a storm kills 22 travelers. Irish volunteers, Burke, Coyle, and Kearns pose on a Union Jack after escaping prison, 1921. Nat King Cole with family in 1950s AKALA, standing firm despite racist attacks on their home. King Victor Emmanuel III observes World War II battlefields through a giant telescope, 1915. Protesters at the March on Washington, August 28, 1963. Models in the 60s, donning thick wool coats, somewhere between a twist and a shimmy. Clubbing in the 60s. Catholic sisters and priests marching for civil rights, 1965. A group of women attend a typewriting class, 1960. Harlem Motorcycle Club, New York City, 1960s. Vintage fashion styles of girls in the 60s. Three friends hanging out in Houston, Texas, 1960. Going to church on what looked like a lovely morning in the 60s. A biker rolls through a dusty town, 1969. A father and son pose in front of a convenience store, 1962. Siblings celebrating a birthday in the 60s. An old smokehouse in Texas, 1960s. Announcing the winner at the Armadillo World Headquarters in Austin, Texas, 1960. A group of friends in Atlantic City, 1960s. A woman vibing out at Woodstock, 1969. Mom and aunts in 60s beach fashion. My mom's late 1960s college pics. Looks like a fun gang. Easter Sunday, 1967. Mom, my sisters, and I.